Hey everybody, welcome back to the Jimmy 2 Tech channel where we do a little bit of everything. Today we want to introduce you to and show you this portable power station that we got. This is a Power Smart portable power station PS5150. This is something new to the channel. It's going to help us a lot when we're doing shoots and stuff out on the road where we can plug in and charge all our stuff. It's a pretty good size unit. This here is a 500 watt, 461 watt hour unit with a 1000 watt peak. So it'll charge pretty much everything. We're going to show you guys that. We're going to do a bunch of different tests. We're going to plug in refrigerators and charge our e-bike and cook meals on the Hot Logic and all that stuff. We're going to do it all on here, show you what it does, how long it takes, and all the features it has. But before we get into all that, let's open this up and show you what comes in the box. You get a bunch of cool stuff, 3 different ways to charge it. So let's get that opened up. This does come with a 2-year warranty. So that is pretty good. And it has a pretty robust BMS system in here. First thing you get are your instructions. We'll get you guys closer so you can see it all, but we're just going to pull it out of the box first. We got your instructions right there. It's packaged pretty nice too. Sorry if my mic's not right there. It's up near my neck. Boom. Look at that. Pretty good size unit too. We'll set this box aside. Maybe the wind don't take it. All right, in this box, this is your 3 different ways of charging. Of course, you have your 120 volt or 120 volt plug-in charger. You have that. You have your DC charge if you want to plug it into a power outlet in your truck or something. And you also have the thing for solar panels, so you can charge it by solar also. So it gives you 3 different ways to charge. That's pretty nice. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a pretty good size, pretty compact unit. Let's see, it's only 11.5 by 8, 11.5 by 8 inches or so. So I mean, it's the size of like a little lunch box, 7.5 tall. So it is pretty cool. It has a bunch of features on it. We have the DC ports on here in the front where you can plug in DC with a regular power cigarette lighter type thing and your regular 2 plugs. It has 3 USBs and 1 USB-C. It also has 2 120 volt plug-ins right there, 15 amp outlets with the nice watertight covers on these. And you also have your input for if you're charging it like that. And then you got your power button with a nice display, which will give you what your remaining power is. It'll tell you if you plug something in, how much it's pulling and how long you can run it on that. And also when you plug it in for power, it'll tell you how long it's going to take to charge and how much power is coming in to charge it. It also has on top is a wireless charger, so you can set your phone on here, your headphones or whatever you got that charges wirelessly. So that's pretty nice. But we're going to bring you guys a little closer to show you some of the other stuff and the chargers. Then we'll give you a complete circle around this so you guys can see it. So let's go over here and show you what we got. All right, this is a little close up for you guys. Hopefully it's close enough for you where you can see the front display. It's got these rubberized like corners. It's a pretty nice looking unit. Of course, you have your vents over here. You have a light here. And you have a light in the handle. It also has the flash for SOS and stuff like that. The back gives you more of the information on it. Give you guys a close-up of that. You guys can see that. And the other side is also a vent. So that's pretty much that unit. You also have, like I said, your cigarette lighter charger or power outlet charger. It used to be called a cigarette lighter. You have your 120 charging brick and your solar with the regular solar connections on there. So you can hook up your solar panel if you're in an RV or a van or wherever. So that'll be that. Let's turn on this display quick, show you what it looks like here. You just press the power button. The only thing it's going to show you when nothing's plugged in is what the current battery percentage is at. It is at 49% right now. So we're going to give this a full charge before we do any other tests with it. So that's the next thing we're going to do. We're going to go put this on charge and get this powered up, see how long it takes to get up to 100%. Then we'll commence doing more tests. Then at the end, we'll give you our review of what we think about it, what it did, what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it, and go from there. So let's get this baby on charge. Okay, we are out here in the shed. This is where we're going to charge this for the first time. You always want to pick a safe place. You know how lithium batteries can be volatile. So we're going to do it here. We do have our AC cord plugged in. And just to note, this is a very short cord. I mean, it's probably 4 feet long altogether. So that's not the greatest. But you can see we are at 49% right now. we're gonna put in this charger, and it's gonna show us what's coming in. You can see the display changed. We're getting, it's still climbing, you can see that. We'll let it settle down here. We're getting 98 watts in, so it's gonna take 2.2 hours, it says. So we'll check back here in an hour or so and see what progress it has as it climbs up here, and then we'll get doing some other tests, charging some other stuff. This will fluctuate a little, as you can see, it'll move around, but for the most part, it's around that 98% or 98 watts coming in, and she's on charge. So we'll be back in a little bit and check that out. All right, guys, we are back out here at this. It's been about 3 hours now, but you can see it is fully charged. I kind of missed the window, but it was pretty much charged close when I first checked, but we're at 100%. Now we can go into doing some tests, see what this will charge. Probably the first thing I'm going to try to charge is probably my electric bike. So, all right, one of the first tests we want to do is see if we can charge our e-bike up to full off this power station, or this size power station. It might be a little much for this size power station, but we're not fully dead on this. I mean, we got a couple bars of battery left on this, so we're going to see if it's going to charge this up. This might be an extreme case for something this size. You might want the bigger one, but I think this is going to do it, bring this up at least once. So we're going to plug this in, see what our display reads. But first we're going to get up here and see what the battery percentage shows on our display on the bike. And then we will come down here and plug it in and show you how long it says it's going to take, or how long we can get when it's plugged in. Because I believe these ones are, let me read this here. This says 54.6 volts, 2 amps. So what does that work out to be? Close to 90 watts or something like that. I forgot what it was, but that'll get us, I'll pop it up somewhere. That'll get us quite a bit of charge, maybe 4 hours or so. So let's go up here and show you our display, show you what it's starting at, and then we'll show you this display also. All right, here's the view of the display on the bike. As you can see, we're at 3 battery bars. We were at 2, so when we give it throttle, it goes down to 2, but it flashes back and forth. But we're gonna see if this will bring this all the way up to full charge and see what that does for us. So let's go down here and see what it says once we plug this in. All right, we're just gonna plug this one end into our bike, set our power brick down here. Then we're gonna open up one of these and just, whoops, sorry guys, plug in the plug. And now to get this activated, we gotta turn it on first. Right there. You can see we're at 100% charge. We charged that already. And if we wanna turn on these outlets, each one is on its own dedicated circuit. So if you want AC, you gotta press the AC button. You want USB, you gotta press that. If you want DC, you gotta press that. So right now we're using AC. Let's turn that on right now. We'll wait till this levels out and see what it's going to be using. It looks to be around 141 watts that it's using. So it's going to give us 3.2 hours of time off of this at 141 watts. This will shift down from 141 watts as the battery gets closer to full. So we'll probably get better life out of it. You can see on here, the red light on here means it's charging. It turns green when it's done. So we're gonna give this a few hours and we'll come out here and see where this is at and how charged our battery is. Okay, here we are about 2.5 hours into this. And you can see, it says it's drawing 18 watts. There's 10% battery left. We still got 4.9 hours at 18 watts, but the bike is charged. You can see the green light down there, which means the bike is charged. So just with the brick on and the green light, it is drawing 18 watts. So just a little note, if you're keeping your bricks plugged in, you're drawing 18 watts of power. But this bike is charged. We're going to turn on the display and see what it says. All right, there you guys can see the energy bar at the top is full max. This bike is charged. Remember, this wasn't fully dead, so at about 3 bars, 2 to 3 bars, it will charge you all the way up on this size unit. But if you're fully dead and trying to charge this size battery up on this size bike, it's going to take you a little bigger of a unit, but it will get you going. So on to the next thing. All right, we're out here going to do some more tests on this thing. We're going to plug a bunch of things into it and we'll see what it's going to read. One of the first things we'll plug in, let's say we'll plug this in to charge a tablet. So we're going to use the AC side of this one. Plug in our tablet. Then we'll flip the switch here for this one. Remember, each one of them's on its own circuit. So it is plugged in and charging. You can look. It did say it there somewhere. You can see up here in the corner it shows that it is charging. We're almost fully charged anyway, but right now that's drawing 18 watts right now. So we can get 25 hours off of that. Now we're going to plug in. Let's see, we got this charger on top. We're gonna put a phone up there on the wireless charger up top, and you can see on top here that is also charging. One note about the top of this, where the wireless charger is, it's really, I mean, it's slippery. So if you're not level, your phone's gonna slide off of there. So it would have been nice if this was a little non-skid would have helped, but it's still doing what it's supposed to do. Now we'll also plug in maybe our mini projector here. Let's see if we can get this plug to plug in. That's one thing about these. These, you might be at a disadvantage with the size of your plugs, because I gotta lift this actually up, plug this one in. But we got it plugged in, so we gotta set something under here, because that plug is long. See, note how the phone fell off and we're only at a small angle. Look at that, see? It just wants to fall, and that's not very much of an angle. So it's a really slippery surface. Maybe lift this up to help hold it there, maybe. Yep, so that's working. But let's see if our projector, we'll plug our projector in. All right, before we hook up our projector though, we're gonna unplug this out of here because our tablet is fully charged. So we'll unplug the AC port because we're gonna probably plug in a fan in there. We'll use the USB side of this. So we got something plugged into there. So we're also gonna want to turn on USB. There goes that phone again, guys. So I said that's a very slippery spot. How long it stays there. So we're gonna plug in our JBL Charge 5 speaker to charge because I know that needs it. You can see the wattage went up a little bit. It doesn't take much on this. It's only, here it's climbing a little bit. What are we at, 20? 20, and that's charging the speaker, and we have the projector plugged in, but the projector isn't on. So let's turn the projector on. We'll click that button. Keep watching over here. It should go up. There it goes with the projector on. It did a small spike, but it's at 78. Yep, there it is. The light is on it. You can show it down here. Don't get it right in it. But you can see that's on. So that is only drawn 78 watts with the speaker charging, this projector on, and the phone charging up top. What we're going to do is, I don't know if it'll take any more power, but we're going to plug our tablet. We're going to plug our tablet into that projector. See if we can stream like Jimmy Tuchek channel. See if we get it to come up here. All right, we got the projector hooked up to the tablet, and it's just mirroring what's on the tablet. If you guys look down there, we just got a piece of, you can see it on there back there. That's our video on the 3.0 electric e-bike, but that's working. So with all that plugged in and going, we're only using 86 watts. So it's saying we can get 5.3 hours out of what's plugged in right now. We're charging a speaker, charging a phone, we're charging a tablet. Or are we charging the tablet, or did we unplug it? No, we're charging. Yeah, we're charging the speaker. We're charging the phone. We're using the projector, and the tablet is playing that. So what else should we plug in? Let's plug in maybe a fan or something. All right, we're gonna plug in our DeWalt fan too. Remember, we're drawing 86 watts. And plug in this fan, turn it on. Should go up a little. With the fan on low, we're only drawing 2 extra watts. So we can turn the fan up a little. If we turn it to max, 100 watts. But you usually don't need max most of the time. So on low, 88 watts. So still get 5.2 hours. That's pretty good. So we're running a fan, we're running a projector, we're charging a speaker, and charging a phone. and we still got 5.2 hours of runtime with everything that's plugged in. And the speaker will charge before that, so that'll go up and things like that. So that's pretty good, I think. I mean, even for being just a 500 watt power station, that's pretty good for most people. I mean, of course, out there you're going to find some that are more wattage. Depends what you're doing. You might want the bigger ones, but that's up to you. But this one here is a pretty good all-around size, I think, for all you would want to run. If you're boondock camping or just out camping at all and you want to run your projector or something, you want to charge your phone, this will do all that. So that's pretty good. I think the next test we'll do, we'll charge our, we got that inverter fridge or cooler, that 12 volt inverter cooler. So we'll probably run that and see how long we can get out of that. So that's what we're going to do probably next. We'll plug in that cooler. That plugs into the DC side of that with the cigarette lighter or the household plug. And then we'll see how long we can get out of running that cooler. We'll just put on fridge mode because it will do a freezer also. But fridge mode is mostly what most of us are going to use. So we'll plug it into there and see how many watts it's going to take and then see how long we get out of that. So let's go do that. All right, we got our compressor fridge here, our compressor cooler. We're going to plug this into our power station and see how long it says we're going to get. At first it's going to say more watts because it's got to cool down. We're going to set it at probably, what do you say, 40 degrees maybe? We'll set it at 40 because that's about a good fridge temp. And then once it reaches that, it'll draw less watts. We'll see if we can see that happen. It might be a little bit, but right here's what we're dealing with. This is the set power compressor type fridge or cooler. So we're going to plug this in right now. We're going to use the 12 or like the cigarette lighter style. Plug that in there. Turn on the DC side. Oh, we got to turn it on first. You can see we're at 100% charge. We'll turn on DC. It's only drawing 1 watt right now because we don't have it on. So let's go up here, turn this on. We'll turn it on here. We're going to turn it down to, what do we say? We'll do 39. It's on eco mode right now for that. Once that kicks on, we'll hear the compressor kick on here in a minute. I can hear the compressor. Here it goes. Look over here. The wattage is climbing right now. But still it's only pulling 38 watts on eco mode. I'm going to switch this off of eco mode. We turn it to max. This will probably go up again. Let's see. Sorry for the shaky camera there. Even on max, it's still hovering around 37 watts. So it says we got 12.7 hours. This is what this on this current setting. But like I said, this will go up and down a little bit. So we're gonna leave this go. We'll see how long we got, how long we get out of this. What's the current time here? The current time is 4:19. Right now, the time is 4:19. So we'll come back and see where it's at in probably like an hour or so, and we'll see what this is running at. So see you in an hour. All right, guys, we are back out here. It's been about an hour and a half, so we went a little over an hour. You can see it's only pulling 2 watts right now, 1 watt, because the cooler has reached its temperature. It has a little fluctuation from 39 to 41, so it'll click on here again. It's on max, which now that it's up to temp, I can easily go to eco mode like that. So we are on eco mode, which will save us even more power. But we got 218 hours with it here. So we're just gonna let this run until the battery runs out. We're still at 97%. So since it's later in the day, we're gonna check this tomorrow in the morning and see if we have any time left on it. But I think you can run this quite a while on this pack. I mean, you easily get a day out of this. Then you'd probably charge it back up. After this test, we'll probably do another test where we'll we have a Hot Logic. We might try to cook a meal in that. And then we're going to try charging this with solar. We have one of those flexible 100 watt panels. We're going to hook that up to it once we get some sun and get this thing charged up again, see how that works as compared to the AC. But pretty good. It's running pretty good. So, all right, guys, here we are the next day. It is 11:30 in the morning. You can see we're still at 2 amps right now, 72% of this battery. Can you guys see it's 190.1 hours. Still at the 2 amps it's drawing. and it is at 33 degrees. So it's keeping temperature cold, and that's empty. I don't have anything in here to hold temp. So get you guys in here so you can see. See, it's totally empty. It's 33, but it is set at the 39. So it's 33 degrees in there, so it's staying nice and cool. And we still got a long time left on that, so that thing will run it for quite a while. We're just going to let it go till it dies. Only being 72%, it should go for at least easily another day. Or at that, what I'm seeing there, maybe 2 days. So we're going to let it run and see what happens. All right, guys, we are out here day 3. It is at 26%. It's only pulling 1 watt right now because it's not running. It's saying we'll get 191 hours, but once it kicks on, it'll go down. But I think last night before I came over here like 2 in the morning, it was 42%. So it's down to 26 from that. So I think sometime today might be the rest of it. It'll finish up. But these results will vary for you guys because it depends on how often you're opening your cooler, how much stuff you have in it, how hot it is where you're storing it. All that will change it. We haven't been opening and closing it that much. Every time we come over, we open it, so it's only been opened a few times. But still, I think that's pretty good off a 500 watt power bank here. This power station is beautiful for this cooler, so you could easily run it over a weekend, I think. Especially if you have something else charging this, like the solar or something like that. Pretty good. All right, we're in here. We're at towards the evening of day 3. You can see the battery's at 1%. It's because it's on right now at 46 watts it's using because it's running right now. Once that shuts off, it'll probably go up in battery, but pretty much this would be the end of it. So we're getting 2.5 days the way we did it, but you'd probably get a day and a half easy, comfortably. So pretty good. On to the next test. All right, guys, one last test we're going to do is we're going to try to cook a meal off of this with our Hot Logic Mini. These things are awesome. If you don't have one or haven't seen it, check out our video. We have one on that. But we're going to cook, it's just a frozen meal. It's a chicken Alfredo. It's all completely frozen. We're going to put it inside of here. What's cool about these cookers like this, they only take like 45 watts most of the time to cook, but we're going to be able to see what it's going to pull. At first, it might pull a little bit more. And they come in different sizes. And this one here happens to be the one that plugs into the DC port. You can see that, but they also have the ones with the AC port. So let's turn this on, see if you guys can see it. We charged it up. We are at 100%. We're going to plug this into our DC port. Then we're going to turn on our DC. Whoa. We got a spike of 55 watts. We get 8.3 hours, which is way more than enough because this thing usually will cook meals from frozen in about 2 hours. So if that's any indication, we can cook 4 different meals off of this thing, and some are even faster. So it depends. We're leveling out about 52 watts. So we're going to let this cook. We'll come back in a couple hours, see what our internal temp here of the stuff is, and then we'll be set and ready to go. So see you in 2 hours. All right, guys, I kind of fell asleep at the wheel on this. We're probably more like 4 hours into this, but we're going to check it out, see what it looks like. It's definitely going to be done in 4 hours, but what I want you guys to see, though, even in 4 hours, we're down to 54%, and this will fluctuate as it heats and regulates its temp. But oh yeah, see, all unthawed, all cooked right through. I'm gonna try a piece. Don't shine on my face while I eat it. Yep, that's good. So as you can see, this will cook your food too. Like I said, even for this side being 500 watts, it's a pretty good size for a lot of things. So I think the last thing we're going to do this is try to charge this on solar. We got a 100-watt solar panel. It's one of the portable ones and flexible ones. We're going to lay it out, see how long it takes to charge this, or how long it says it's going to take to charge it with the sun. And it's going to vary for you guys wherever you're at, the time of day, the amount of sun you get, the cloud coverage. But we'll see how long it says it's going to take. But that'll be our last test, then we'll wrap this thing up. So let's go do that. All right, guys, we are back out here at the table to give this one final charge. after we did all those tests, those were fun to do. These things are impressive. So we got our solar panel on here. This is our flexible solar panel we're using for another project that we got it for, but we'll use it for this to see what it shows it's going to take for charging. So I'm going to bust this open and get it hooked up. We're going to use that cord that came with it. This came with the power station for hooking up your solar, so this will be nice to use. It's glad that it comes, or I'm glad that it comes with all the different charger connections, so you can charge it by AC, DC, or by solar. That's pretty nice. So let's get this busted open and get it hooked up. All right, guys, we have the solar panel pulled out. We have it connected to our cord. You can see here, we're going to plug it in up here and see what kind of power we're getting out of this panel right now. You can see we're bringing in, it's climbing a little. We're not bringing in a lot, it don't seem like. Probably can angle it to get better. What's it saying? It's all over the place, but between 45 and 55 watts coming in. And I'll probably angle the panel to be at a different angle so we get a little better. But even at that, it's two and a half hours to finish charging this up, so that's not bad either. Of course, the most efficient is going to be your AC plug-in, but it's nice to have these other options if that's all you have. So we'll get this fully charged up, and then we'll wrap up this video, tell you what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it. But overall, pretty decent unit. Well, there you have it, y'all. This thing here is pretty awesome. The Power Smart PS5150 portable power station, the 500 watt, does have, like I said, it does have the 1000 watt peak, and it's 461 watt hours. It's amazing what something this size will do. I can't wait to get my hands on a bigger one to do some bigger tests with stuff, but this one, it's amazing what one this size could do. So if you're wondering which one to get or which one to start with, this is a good option, because you've seen all the things we ran off it. We ran the compressor cooler, we charged the electric bike with it, we ran a fan, charged the phone, charged the tablet, speakers, all kinds of stuff. And also having the 3 ways to charge it, no matter what your condition is, you're probably going to be able to charge this thing. And also this has a great BMS system in it with 7 layers of protection. That's a good feature to have in it. So those are some of our pros. Plus, not to mention, it has the 2-year warranty and free shipping. I'll leave links to this down below for you guys so you can check it out. They have a sale going on right now on their website. Also, the cons on this, there wasn't many. It's a pretty nice, good size unit. One of the cons was the top here where you got the wireless charging. It's really slippery. So when you put a phone up here, if it's totally flat, it'll be fine. But if you even tip it that much, it wants to slide right off. You guys probably seen in the video earlier, it just slid right off there easy. So if this was a little bit of non-slip, that would be nice. One other thing is this station comes with lights. There's one in the handle and the one on the end, but the button for that is right here. I found myself hitting that a couple times when I was picking it up to move places, and then the light was on. I didn't even really pay attention to it. But again, I mean, that could be me the way I was holding it. And it's not that bad at all. And then the other one was the display. The display backlight goes off after a while, and then when it goes off, you know, the only way to turn it back on is to press the power button, then it shuts the unit off. So if there was another step in that button just to turn the backlight on, that would be nice, so you didn't have to shut off the entire unit. This is a pretty good unit for the size, both battery size and dimensionally. It's a compact unit. It's got a good size battery to start, so if you're thinking about getting into one of these portable power stations, this is a good place to start, probably a good size. It runs quite a bit right now. Unless you know you're gonna be running something a lot heavier, you might wanna go up to a bigger battery size one. There's a lot of ones of these on the market to choose from, but this is definitely a good contender at the price point it's at. I think right now at the shooting of this video on their website, it's like 399 bucks right now. They got like 15% off or something. So, and free shipping, 2-year warranty. That's a pretty good price point on this. I could not find what brand batteries are in here. They have not got back to me yet on that either, but I didn't have any issues with it. It took the charge as well. The last charge we did was the solar one. You guys seen that? It charged up, it said about 2.5 hours, but we moved the panel and got a little better power coming out of that. So it charged in probably about 2 hours. Overall, nice unit. If you guys are interested in one of these, I'll leave a link to this down below. They also have, you know, inverter generators, things like that on their website, something that might work for you. But this is definitely a good unit. So we'll leave the link to them down below. If you guys found this video informative or helpful at all, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit our post notifications so you know when we post our next video. And if you don't mind, please give it a thumbs up. Some algorithm they all talk about all the time. It's supposed to help us out. That'd be great. We appreciate that. We also have the super thanks button. Thanks to you guys for getting us up to that point. If you haven't subscribed, all I can say is please click that button. It only takes a second. Just click that red button down there to subscribe. Also, guys, don't forget to check out our website. We'll leave a link to that down below. We keep up to all what our current videos are, what we're up to, some of the gear we use, things like that. That's the way you can get a hold of us too. Contact us on there if you need to, or any of our social medias. You'll see us post stuff to that all the time. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Try something new.
Do a little bit of everything.
Whenever your heart is broken.